This is Rhythm 93.7 Sports.
Time check is 7:32 a.m. Sport update this morning with Ayola Deleke, the Max Fastest and Furious driver. A lot of games over yesterday, as well as what we saw in the world of NBA, and not leaving out what was playing out in the world of the US Open currently going on. We have players being dumped out, and some players also progressing to the quarters, where we'll be seeing the likes of Serena Williams making it big out there. Naomi Osaka also in there. What about players who we never thought could definitely get there? Players who were never rated in any way, but they are there at this point in time, talking about the world of the US Open Grand Slam, and it's a very big one. It promises to be a big one as well. We also get to hear some news from the world of Roland Garros, that they want to allow some fans to come into the arena to get to see what will be playing out there when this comes up later this month, as well as what we'll be seeing from the world of football. Games yesterday, European Nations League as they call it, as well as some transfer stories this morning I'll be sharing with you. Also story from the world of Nigerian football this morning. Rhythm 93.7 FM. Ayola Deleke is my name. They call me the Max Fastest and Furious driver. Let's go straight into the stream of sport. All right, let's start straight from the world of tennis this morning, where I can tell you that Australian young gunner Alex de Minaur tamed Canadians Vasek Pospisil 7-6, 6-3, 6-2 at the US Open yesterday to ease into his first Grand Slam quarterfinal. The number 21 seed becomes the first Australian to reach this men's last 8 at Flushing Meadows since John Millman in 2018. Second seeded Dominic Thiem, meanwhile, eased into the quarterfinal of the US Open with a straight set win over Felix Auger-Aliassime 7-6, 6-1, 6-1 yesterday to put him in the quarterfinals at Flushing Meadows for the second time since his first in 2018, and will now be facing Australian Alex de Minaur in the quarterfinal. What about where we see from the man called Daniil Medvedev, third seeded Daniil Medvedev, the last year's runner-up to champion Rafael Nadal, joined the team, and de Minaur in the quarters with an easy win on Monday night. Medvedev was in control from the outset of a 6-4, 6-1, 6-love victory over American Francis Tiafoe, ranked number 8 second in the world. The Russian needed only an hour and 38 minutes as he managed his streak of winning every game set for an in the tournament, dropping save only 3 times in all. That is to tell you that Medvedev, we saw what he played that last year as well, being the best player for me for last year, and this year he's not leaving things unturned at this point time in the world of the US Open. What about what we got from Rublev out there? Number 10 Rublev got the better of a US Open rematch, advanced to the quarterfinals with a 4-6, 6-3, 6-3, 6-3 win over number 6 Matteo Berrettini. The pair also played in the fourth round of the US Open last year, with Berrettini winning in straight set. This time the 22-year-old Russian played much better, steadier, and of course in a matchup of players who had not lost a set in the first 3 rounds. Rublev also reached the quarterfinals at Flushing Meadows in 2017. Right, let's check out what the ladies have got from their own end out there. Serena Williams provided our own encouragement along the way to come back and beat 15-seeded Maria Sakkari of Greece 6-3, 6-7, 6-3 to reach the quarterfinals in his 12th consecutive appearances at the Flushing Meadows. For unseeded Zvestelina Pironkova, playing in a first tournament in more than 3 years after taking time off to have a child. The 32-year-old advanced with a 6-4, 7-6, 6-3 over Alicia Connor to set up a quarterfinals. Shelby Rogers keeps doing what she has been doing all tournament, defying everyone's expectation. The 27-year-old American staved off 4 match points to force a final set tie break and pull off a stunning upset against 2-time major champion and the number 6 seed Petra Kvitova in a fourth round match on Louis Armstrong Stadium. She advances to her first quarterfinals at the US Open after 8 previous attempts, and will face Naomi Osaka on Tuesday for a spot in the semi-finals. Rogers holds a 3-0 career record against 2018 US Open champion, but the two haven't played since 2017. Number 16, Elise Martins knocked off Kenin to earn a berth in the quarterfinals at Flushing Meadows for the second year in a row. Kenin won the Australian Open and was trying to become the first back-to-back Grand Slam winner since Naomi Osaka won the US and the Australian Open in 2018-2019. Martins will face Victoria Azarenka, who orchestrated an upset of her own on Monday, beating number 20 Karolina Muchova 5-7, 6-1, 6-4. This will be our first quarterfinal appearance at Flushing Meadows since 2017. All right, what about some news coming from the world of tennis this morning? Spectators will be allowed at the French Open later this month despite the growing number of coronavirus in the country. Organizers said on Monday, according to what they said, they unveiled the health protocols for clay-court Grand Slam, which will take place at Roland Garros in Western Paris on September 27 after being postponed from its May start because of the pandemic. In accordance with the latest government guideline capping attendance of 5,000 people in a region like Paris, the federation has scaled down its plan. Meanwhile, world number 1 and reigning French Open champion Ashley Barty announced that she will not be defending a title later this month. In a statement on Instagram, Barty of Australia cited concern about COVID-19 and a lack of proper preparation. The 24-year-old Barty, who defeated Marketa Vondrousova in Paris for her maiden slam title, chose to not play at the US Open, which is currently underway in New York. Barty said that she will not play again this year and will turn her focus to the 2021 season. Barty had a career best season in 2019, winning the French Open and the WTA finals and earning titles in Miami and Birmingham. She took over the top ranking for the first time in June 2019. She also reached the semi-final at the Australian Open to start the year before losing to eventual champion Sofia Kenin. She most recently played in February at the Qatar Open. What about the news coming out from the man we know as no joke, Novak Djokovic? Novak Djokovic has been docked an additional $7,500 for skipping the mandatory post-match news conference after being defaulted in the first round at Flushing Meadows for accidentally hitting a line judge in throat with a ball after dropping a game. The maximum fine for that infraction is listed as $20,000 in Grand Slam rulebook. That also is the most someone can be fined for unsportsmanlike conduct. Djokovic earlier was told to pay $10,000 for that violation. Those two fines are in addition to losing his $250,000 in prize money for making it to the fourth round at the US Open. To put money in context, Djokovic has earned more than $40 million in prize money over his career, aside from millions more in endorsement deals. All right, straight up moving away from the world of tennis court this morning. Let's go to the basketball court where I can tell you that Jaylen Brown scored 27 points and Celtic never trade rolling past the Toronto Raptors 111-89 in Game 5 of their Eastern Conference semi-final series on Monday night. Kemba Walker on his own scored 21 points for the Celtic. Worcester outscored Toronto starters by a whooping 95-45. Jason Tatum also scored 18. Daniel Theis and Brad Wamonaka 8 at 15 and Marcus Smart added 12 for the Boston. What about the man we know as Fred VanVleet, who scored 18 points for Toronto Raptors, which traded but as many as 30. Norman Powell scored 16 for the Raptors, while Pascal Siakam and Kyle Lowry managed a 10-point apiece. Matt Thomas also added 10 for Toronto Raptors. Close-out games for the Celtic are never easy, and Boston is only 17-21 since 2008 when it has a chance to clinch a series. Boston now has 4 wins over the Raptors by 15 or more points this season. The rest of the NBA combined has got only 1. The Celtic meanwhile scored more points in the second quarter than they followed in the first half, 35 points compared to that of 37 they scored in the second quarter. Raptors on their own, Marc Gasol was scoreless and didn't play in the final 20 minutes. VanVleet was the only Toronto Raptors starter to appear in the fourth. Toronto is a 9-10 all-time when facing elimination, as will be the case on Wednesday. The Raptors went 1-0 win season in win or else games, that being the Game 7 triumph over Philadelphia 76ers in the Eastern semifinals. Boston now leads the series at 3-2 and can end up a trip to the Eastern Finals on Wednesday. Should they be able to do something big? What about the game where we saw Clippers and Denver Nuggets over the night? Paul George scored a 32-pointer. Kawhi Leonard added 23 along with a big late blocker and dynamic duo helped the Los Angeles Clippers rally in the fourth quarters for a 113 and 107 winner over Denver Nuggets in Game 3 of the Western Conference Semi-Final Series Monday night. Nikola Jokic added 32 points, 12 rebounds and 8 assists for Denver despite a sole right wrist that had him questionable before the game. Jokic proved to be a handful for the Clippers with DeMarcus Green, Ivica Zubac and Montrezl Harrell picking up early fouls trying to cover him. Rookie receiver Michael Porter Jr. finished with 18 points for the Nuggets while Murray was held to 14 on 5 of 17 shooting. Leonard only did a little bit of everything as he grabbed the 14 rebounds and dished out 6 assists. He also had 2 blocks, including one later on a shot by Jamal Murray at the rim. Lou Williams sealed the wins with a driving layup. They extended the lead to 6 with 2 minutes and 4 seconds left. George turned in a torrid shooting night. He finished 12 over 18 from the floor, including 5 3-pointers. What a way to go for them out there, as we expect to see as Los Angeles takes a 2-1 leader in the best of 7 series. Game 4 is definitely tomorrow. All right, then I go for a very quick break now, and I will be back. It will be straight into the world of football, where I tell you what played out yesterday in the world of UEFA, European Nations League, as well as transfer stories, not leaving out some other interesting stories, as the man we know as Phil Foden, who has been sent home by the English national team, has apologized for his naivety, if you ask me. Go nowhere, touch not the die, and do the radio no harm.
Stick with one partner only. Stay with Rhythm 93.7. This is Rhythm 93.7 Sports.
Alright, welcome back to the arena at this point in time. It is just the world of sport update from the sports world on Rhythm 93.7 FM this morning. Ayola Deleke still holding things down here. Of course, the Mike's fastest and furious driver. You call me, you ain't gonna be wrong. Let's go straight into telling you what is happening in the world of Nigerian football. The Nigerian National League in a letter forwarded to clubs has advised them to prepare for the resumption as they look to get the 2020-21 season back on the way. According to what we have in the report in here, the second-tier league new developments office as a result of the federal government easing of lockdown, which has paved the way for football league to kick off across the country. According to what they have in there, this is to humbly inform you that the federal government, in keeping with the gradual opening of the lockdown, has rated that football activities should commence and stricter compliance to the COVID-19 protocols. In view of the foregoing, the NNL management wishes to advise all clubs the preparation and modalities for the commencement of the new season should begin immediately at club level. This should, however, include the full implementation of COVID-19 rules and regulation. That is what the letter is saying in that one. The letter, which was signed by NNL Chief Operating Officer Emmanuel Adesanya on Monday, clearly stated that it will abide by the NFF timetable for the resumption of the 2020-21 season. All right, then, former second vice president of Nigerian Football Federation, NFF, Victor Varibote, has said that the Congress of National Association of Nigerian Footballers, NANF, has mandated its president, Arishin Jala, to continue in his leadership position. Jala, during a conciliation meeting with the Faction Players Union, National Association of Nigerian Professional Football Players, NANF, stepped down as the president of the National Association of Nigerian Footballers to allow the two bodies merge into one. Reacting to the conciliation meeting, Varibote, an executive committee member of NANF, appreciated the move, stated that Jala lacked the power to pronounce his stepping down as president. He added that the Congress who voted him as the president is the only one who can pronounce such. In his words, we appreciate those who facilitated the move, and we know that coming together is the best thing for now, but it must be done appropriately. That is his argument this morning. That is his case this morning. Let's go straight into Europe to tell you what is the update in that one. Manchester City midfielder Phil Foden has issued an apology for a breach of COVID-19 safety measure while on England duty in Iceland. Foden, 20, and of course, 18-year-old Manchester United winger Mason Greenwood, who made their international debut in the 1-0 win, have been dropped from the Three Lions squad after it was revealed they invited women back to their hotel room in Reykjavik. The incident has sparked a police investigation, and the pair could be hit with fines while they have been sent back to England and will have to obey quarantine guidelines before they can return to training with their respective clubs. Barcelona all-time top scorer Lionel Messi has returned to training following his failed attempt to force a move away from the club. Messi, with 30 years of age, submitted a transfer request on 25th of August, but said last Friday he would stay because it is impossible for any team to pay his release clause. It is the first time the Argentine has trained at the club since the arrival of new manager Ronald Koeman. Messi trained on his own, as did Felipe Coutinho, while the rest of the squad trained together. All right, let's go straight into what played out yesterday from the world of UEFA Nations League, as Italy went top of Nations League Group A, won by edging a narrow victory at the Netherlands, courtesy of Nico Barella's first half header. The Inter Milan midfielder rose highest to nod in and finish off a sleek move. Everton striker Moise Kean missed opportunities to increase their lead, while Memphis Depay scooped over an acrobatic effort late on for the Ulster. In the same group, Poland moved into second place after claiming a 2-1 win against Bosnia-Herzegovina. West Brom winger Kamil Grosicki and Kamil Glik scored to turn the game around for the visitors, having fallen behind to Ariza Ajrandinovic penalty. All right, let's check out other results of games played yesterday in the world of the UEFA Nations League. Kazakhstan lost to Belarus 2-1, while Bosnia-Herzegovina also lost at home to Poland 2-1. It ended. It was Netherlands 0, Italy 1, Albania 0, Lithuania 1, Austria lost at home as well to Romania 3-2, while Norway bashed emulated Northern Ireland by 5-1 away from home. What about the Czech Republic here? They also lost at home 2-1 to Scotland, while Israel played out 1-1 with Slovakia. Elsewhere, Gareth Southgate has vowed to protect Mason Greenwood and Phil Foden despite sending the players home after they disrupted England's preparation for Tuesday's night game against Denmark by inviting two women to the team hotel in Reykjavik, breaking coronavirus isolation rule. Although Southgate admitted the Greenwood 18 and Foden 20 were guilty of naive behavior, England's manager said that he wants to shield them from criticism because of their age. The scrutiny on both players is likely to be intense, and along with being forced to miss England's trip to Denmark, they have each been fined 250,000 Icelandic krona, that is 1,300 pounds. The police before returning to Manchester on separate flights. In what seems to be a rejuvenating and of course a restructuring a team out there job for the man we know as Carlo Don Ancelotti, Everton have completed the transfer of James Rodriguez from Real Madrid for £20 million with the Colombian international signing a 2-year contract with the option of a third. The 29-year-old joins Alan as the second major part of Carlo Ancelotti's midfield rebuild and is believed to have accepted a pay cut on his £140,000 a week wages to be reunited with the former manager at Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. Checking news are coming from France this morning. The France and Paris Saint-Germain forward Kylian Mbappe has tested positive for COVID-19 and will miss the Nations League match against Croatia. The French Football Federation has announced that Kylian Mbappe will not play in France against Croatia on Tuesday evening at the Stade de France, according to what FFF statement said. His COVID-19 test carried out by UEFA on Monday morning revealed a positive result. He was isolated from the squad after receiving the result at the end of the training and returned home in the evening. The statement added that Mbappe had provided negative tests before joining the squad and before Saturday's Nations League game against Sweden, where he scored the winning goal. Just before I go straight into the world of market this morning, let me tell you that Arsenal will travel to Leicester City in the Carabao Cup third round, while Liverpool, Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester United will face potentially tricky away ties after the draws for the second and third round were made last Sunday. The again club side that will face either Bradford or Lincoln City, while Tottenham Hotspur could face a short trip to Leyton Orient or a much longer journey to Plymouth, who knocked the KPR out on Saturday, while United will visit either Luton or Reading, while Chelsea themselves will also welcome the winner of Middlesbrough versus Barnsley in round 3. Manchester City, who have won the trophy 3 years in a row, with Ost Bournemouth or Crystal Palace will meet in one of the headline ties in the second round. Draws Southern half. West Ham United will host Charlton Athletic. The Premier League returning Fulham takes on Ipswich Town, and the Brighton and Hove Albion will be facing Portsmouth in a South Coast derby. In the northern section, the AFL newcomers Arrogate Town have ended a tie at West Brom after beating Tranmere on penalties. Aston Villa face a short but testing trip to Burton Albion. Salford City go to Goodison Park but to play Everton, and Burnley take on Sheffield United in an all-Premier League tie. On Sunday, Bradford beat Wycombe on penalties in the first match at their new stadium to set up a second round trip to Southampton. The Beast defender Ethan Pinnock headed in the first goal at the Brentford Community Stadium, but his poor pass allowed Daryl Organ to equalize for the championship newcomer. All right, then let's check out some stories from the world of transfer this morning. I'll be starting from Liverpool, where I can tell you that Liverpool boss again club has blocked the transfer of Wayne Brewster to Newcastle United. Remember, Brewster, he lost the penalty against Arsenal in the Community Shield match they played, and they lost in that one. Adelaide United youngster Tarasa Gomuka is close to joining Melbourne City, according to what we have in there. While Aston Villa ready to buy Ryan Brewster from Liverpool, according to reports coming from their own end. Inter Milan are bullish about the prospect of course, allowing the man we know as Lautaro Martinez to leave their end out there. All right, lastly, Chelsea have been offered Paris Saint-Germain goalkeeper Alfonso Areola, according to reporter in there. This will be the last of my package this morning on Rhythm Sport. Thanks for being a part of the show. Anywhere you're listening from the southwest, northeast of Edo State and its environs. Ayola Adeleke remains my name, the Max Fastest and Furious driver. Until I come your way 4 or 5 p.m. this evening, stay sporty. And from my end here, Arrivederci.